Today's keyword is
stagnant.
Stagnant.
Yep.
The LegCo.
I'm afraid it is. It is LegCo, the Finance Committee, and when we
How many times are we going to repeat that Friday? That will be filibuster.
Well, it's Finance Committee. I used to love talking about Finance Committee because it was the big money projects.
Yeah.
But it's been the same thing because they can't seem to get past this filibuster on funding for landfill.
Yeah.
And I mean, how many times are you going to talk about it? You know what I mean?
know.
Even
They actually come up with a term now.
Okay.
It's called the financial constipation.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, and it's it all goes to this bigger story around how government is going to function this year, right?
Yeah.
That we've talked about a couple of times, because things that are in establishment and public works subcommittee, the Pandems want to boycott. They want to filibuster, because if they shoot it down, the government can then reapply directly to Finance Committee and bypass them because the government controls Finance Committee. But things are all held up there as well, right? And this landfill thing has just been it's been on and on and on because people keep throwing amendments up, trying to stop it. Even at the landfill, they go and they turn the garbage over a little bit to keep it degrading. But
they actually dump.
This committee is worse than the actual landfill.
They dump a lot of things on the landfill. Proposal.
I mean, so we're gonna have to keep. This is one to watch. But I think what I'm wondering is this all pressure that is being brought to bear by the Pandems, so that people that have business interests in fulfilling these contracts, once the money finally gets approved, are they trying to get it so these people will go to the government and say, hey, you got to do a deal with the Pandems because we got to get business moving again. You can't just sit on this whole democratic reform thing.
That's one side of the story. Yeah. The other side is that the Pandems are actually taking a big gamble. I mean, they might lose a lot of votes because of a stagnant legislature. So
maybe, but I think they're smart in this one, because if they're blocking up these infrastructure projects, it's the construction companies that are going to be screaming. But on the other hand, it's not like we have a problem with unemployment in Hong Kong. The problem is that we don't have enough construction labor.
Oh yeah.
So the Democratic base, their voter base, is not going to be upset if some construction companies aren't making as much money, because it's not like they're losing jobs really.
Good analysis.
Right? So they can afford to sit on this and wait for the construction companies to just, make less money.
Well, still, a lot of the middle class who used to vote for the Pan-Democrats may not be happy about the current stagnant situation, though.
True.
But people tends to forget that by the time they vote, though.
True.
Yeah.
But the Pandems are playing this game where, we've seen this public works subcommittee where they were like, okay, the chair, because they took the chair. That was the whole point. Get the chair, control the agenda. So they said, here are things that we will pass, and we will put them at the front of the agenda, and we will move these ones through, right? And then we will come to the contentious stuff that we want to hold up later. And the government's like, no, we're taking the easy stuff off the table. You have to deal with the contentious ones
That's why
first.
it's stagnant.
And therefore it's stagnant. So the Pandems are now going to have to say, we are not the ones holding this up. We had a legislative agenda of things that we were going to move through at speed, and the government took those off the table. We're not the ones holding up the agenda. The government is the one holding up the agenda. And that includes things like schools for disabled kids, special needs kids. And I think the Pandems, they're going to have to play it right and spin this back on the government.
Yep.
Of course, the government's going to try to spin it on them.
Yeah.
So this is what is in play.
Yep. So we'll see what happens this Friday.
Yeah.
But no matter what, I think it's going to be a very stagnant situation.
Yeah.
This Friday.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
okay.
Yeah, we'll see if we can move some things for next week.
Okay.
All right.
Cheers.
Catch you later.
Bye.